All right, Dragon Driver fam, buckle up and hold on to your jaw, because here's the shocker. The Geely Geome Xingyuan is packing up to 410 kilometers of range on a tiny hatchback platform with a glossy 14.6-inch screen, L2 driver assist, and luxury touches that feel like a pricier European rival, all while launching from prices that make you do a double take. But the real shock comes when you see what's inside. Listen, I'm a USA guy. I grew up thinking cheap meant sketchy, but this is envy-inducing. Today, we're breaking the GM Xingyuan down from nose to trunk, ripping every panel and pixel apart so you know whether this is the real deal, a miracle, or just a really pretty lemon. Smash that like if you love being surprised, subscribe if you want more China car jaw drops, and drop a comment. Would you park one in your driveway? Okay, first look. The Xingyuan is small but bold. Picture a compact hatch that got a style tutor from BMW and a spa day from Audi. Clean, rounded shoulder lines, a slightly sloped hatchback rear, and a front end that's neither angry nor timid. The headlights are slim, almost hawk-like, with LED signatures that stretch into the fenders, giving it a confident, modern, I-know-what-I'm-doing face. From the side, it's got that almost coupe-ish roofline for a hatch, with a 2650mm wheelbase that visually stretches it. It looks way roomier than it actually is. Compared to a Toyota Corolla hatchback or even a Mini Cooper, same compact vibes, but Geely leaned into smoother surfaces and a slightly higher ride height. It's aspirational, like a premium micro hatch that doesn't scream budget car, but whispers smart buy. The Star Limited Edition pops with a red roof and red seatbelt accents, trying real hard to be sporty in a fun, youthful way. And honestly, it works. Every visible detail, from the semi-flush door handles to the small rear diffuser and the intricate alloy wheel designs, screams smart design. They made it look expensive without actually being expensive. It's the kind of car that says, I save money, but I look good doing it. And then, you open the door, and this is where it hits you. Inside, the GM Xingyuan feels like stepping into the future on a budget. A big, bright 14.6-inch infotainment screen dominates the dash. It's not tacked on awkwardly like some budget EVs, it's cleanly integrated, with smooth animations, crisp fonts, and a simple swipey interface that doesn't feel cheap. The dash design itself is layered. Soft touch materials across the passenger side, brush-style metallic trim wrapping around the vents, and stitching detail that looks hand-done, even if it's machine perfect. The steering wheel feels solid, not hollow, with a slightly flat-bottom shape, very I'm sporty energy. You get a Bluetooth digital key, a 50-watt wireless phone charger built right into the console, and even a haptic feedback center stack that feels straight out of a higher-end EV. The seats? Better than expected. The front seats hug you nicely, not too soft, not too firm, with actual side bolsters that hold you in place. Rear seats have surprisingly good legroom for such a small footprint. Thanks to that stretched wheelbase, two adults can actually sit comfortably back there, and the middle seat can handle a kid or shorter trip just fine. Storage is clever. There's a hidden cup holder section, a tall slot that perfectly fits your phone, and large door bins that can hold water bottles or snacks. Material quality is hit or miss. The upper surfaces are nice and soft touch, but once your eyes drop lower, the plastics remind you it's a budget car. Still, for what you're paying, this interior punches so far above its class it's not even funny. You get L2 driver assist, voice control, OTA software updates, features you normally see in EVs double the price. It's one of those cars that makes you feel like you gamed the system. As for practicality, the Xingyuan is a compact 5-door hatchback. It seats 5, though realistically 4 adults and a kid in the middle works best. The cargo area is decent, not SUV level, but enough for groceries, luggage for a weekend trip, or a stroller if you plan your packing right. Fold the rear seats down and you've got space that rivals the Honda Fit or Toyota Corolla hatchback. And if you've ever tried parallel parking in a tight downtown spot, yeah, this thing's gonna make you smile. Easy to maneuver, great visibility, and short enough to squeeze in where SUVs just give up. Now let's talk power. The Xingyuan is electric, no gasoline, no hybrid tricks. You've got 2 motor options, one with about 58 kilowatts and a higher output version with 85 kilowatts. It's not a rocket, but it's perfectly zippy for daily driving. You'll easily handle city traffic, merge onto the highway without stress, and even cruise comfortably at 70 miles per hour. Battery options range from about 30 kilowatt hours to 40 kilowatt hours, giving you anywhere between 310 to 410 kilometers of range depending on trim. In real-world US terms, that's around 190 to 250 miles. Solid for a compact commuter EV. Charging times are competitive, and since it uses LFP battery chemistry, longevity and safety are on point. It's the perfect daily plus weekend EV, not a cross-country cruiser, but easily handles everything short of a road trip to Vegas. All right, now, drumroll please, because this part is wild. The GM Xingyuan starting price in China, roughly under 10,000 US dollars. Even the higher trim with the big battery and fancy touches is still way under what you would pay for a Toyota Corolla or Honda Civic. Let that sink in. A fully electric car with a luxury-leaning interior and over 400 kilometers of range for less than half the price of a new Corolla. That's not just cheap, that's disruptive. You could literally buy 2 of these for the cost of a single mid-spec Toyota Corolla or a single Tesla Model 3. The kind of value that makes Western automakers sweat. And what about safety? Here's where Geely's recent track record helps. The Xingyuan comes loaded with multiple airbags, ABS, ESC, lane keeping assist, and adaptive cruise control in higher trims. It's not bare bones like you'd expect from something this cheap. Geely's been investing heavily in safety R&D, and while we don't have official Euro NCAP or IHS results yet, their newer cars have been scoring well globally. This isn't a death trap disguised as a deal, it's a well-thought-out EV aimed squarely at making safe, affordable mobility cool again. But let's be real for a sec. There's always a catch. And here's the spicy bit. Long-term reliability outside China is still a question mark. Will you get service support, replacement parts, software updates that play nice outside the Chinese network? That's all uncertain. Plus, the CLTC range testing is, let's just say, optimistic. When tested under US EPA standards, expect the real-world range to dip. And of course, regulations. Will this even make it to US roads as is? That's another big maybe. Still, you got to admit, the value is absolutely insane. But here's the real question. Would you trust a $10,000 Chinese EV with your family's safety on a highway trip? Be honest. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I want to see where you all stand. So what's the verdict? The GM Xingyuan is one of those cars that makes you rethink what's possible. It's got design appeal, a surprisingly plush interior, respectable range, and features you'd normally find in cars double the price. Is it perfect? Nope. But it's proof that China's car industry is miles ahead in democratizing EV tech. I'll be honest, as an American, I feel a little jealous. We're out here paying Tesla money for features they're giving away in entry-level cars. It's wild. All right, I want to hear from you. Is this the future family car or a future flop waiting to happen? Drop your hot takes below. Be bold, be brutal. And hey, if this blew your mind even a little, smash that subscribe button, tap like, and share this video with that one friend who still thinks Chinese cars are junk. Next time, we're looking at something even crazier. Trust me, you're not ready for it. This is Dragon Driver. Stay curious, stay loud, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.